Okay, students, so this week we're going to talk about the power rule and the zero rule. The zero rule is pretty straightforward, so I'll show you some examples there. But the power rule, so it looks like this. It's something raised, a power raised to another power. So use the power rule and simplify, write your answers in positive. Well, we're just going to cross this out right now. Anyway, so what we're gonna do here is, if you notice, y it's being raised to -7, and also that is being raised to another power. So when you see this, you are going to multiply. So let's put here multiply. So say you have a to the second power raised to the third power. This is gonna be a 2 times 3, which is a to the 6th power. So you are multiplying. All right, so let's see. Negative rules apply here too. So that's y to the -7 raised to the -8. So you multiply the exponent. So that's y to the -7 times -8. So that is y to the 56 positive, right? All right, so same thing here. So we have b to the 9 times -5, which is b to the -45. V to the -3 times 8 is v to the -24. Okay, so that's pretty much it here. Pretty straightforward, right? All right, you multiply. You just got to remember that. All right, so here we have some crazy stuff looking here, right? So let's try some of these. So when you see this power raised to a power, you have to distribute each of the terms inside by distribute that exponent to each of the terms inside. So the term with the exponent you multiply. So that's the same as 3 to the third power and a to the 2 times 3. So let's do that. So that's 3 to the third power, that is 27. And then 2 times 3, that's a to the 6th power. And that is my answer. So you have to distribute, remember to distribute to each of the terms inside the parentheses. So that's 2 to the 4th power and n to the 4 times 4, which is 2 to the 4th power, that is what, 16. So 16 and to the 16th, and so on. Okay, so say as an example, you have 3 items here. So you have that goes to that goes to a, and this goes to b with multiplication. So that's 3 to the 4th power times a to the 4th power and b to the 4 times 4, right? And then you are supposed to simplify that. So that's 3 to the 4th power, which is it 3 to the 4th power? 3 to the 4th power, sorry, it's 81. So 81 to the times a to the 4th power times b to 4 times 4, which you are distributing that 4, so that's 16. And you are done. All right. So the more terms you got, the more terms you got to do, right? So you have to distribute to each of the terms inside the parentheses. And now these that have exponents, you multiply. So that's 2 to the 3rd power times 4 times 3 times y, 4 times 3. So that is 8. That's 2 to the 3rd power. X to the 12th power and y to the 12th power. And that is my answer there. All right. So enough of that. That is your power rule. So how about your rules of zero exponents? So say as an example, you have a zero exponent. Everything that's 0 to the exponent of 0 would be 1. So this is 1, but you got to be careful. What is being raised to the 0 power? So let's see, when the 0 is outside the parentheses, that means that everything inside the parentheses here is being raised to the 0 power, which is 1, right? But say you have something like this. So the only thing that's being raised to the 0 power is the y, not the 5. That means that you have 5 times y, which is y to the 0 power, which is 1. The answer is 5 times 1, which is 5. So be careful what is being raised. So basically the exponent belongs to right the bottom one of the term that's being raised. So like in this example, you have negative 8 times 8 to the 0 power, which is 1. So the answer is negative 8. So be careful here. So in this case, you have 1 plus 1. 2. Okay, now say something like this, right? Whatever is being raised to the 0 power is each of the variables inside the parentheses. I told you that with the power rule, right? So that's 10 times 1, which is 10. All right, here everything is being raised to the 0 power, so the answer is 1. Here, everything in here is raised to the 0 power, but not these. So all this becomes 1 times ABC, which is ABC. Everything here is raised to the 0 power, so that's 1. Here, only x is being raised to the 0 power, so that's 3 times 1 times y. Well, 3 times 1 is 3, times y is 3y. There we go. That is a very interesting one here because the negative, it's outside the parentheses, not inside. So that means that this is negative 1 times 1 over 5 to the 0 power. Look at it that way. So the only thing that's being raised to the 0 power is whatever's inside here. So the answer is negative 1 times 1, which is negative 1. So be careful with these fancy ones here, right? All right. This crazy thing, well, you probably won't see anything like that, but let's look at it just for the sake of it. So that's, this becomes 1, so that's 2 times 1, plus everything here is 1, so that's 1, plus this becomes 1 times A. So notice this, that's 2 times 1 is 2, plus 1, plus 1 times A, which is A. So your answer is combine these two terms here, that's 3 plus A, and that is my answer. So just to have that as an example, that was nice. All right, guys, I hope this helps.